Now there's a lot of videos out there talking about lighting a one-take music videos, but the videos that are being talked about generally have higher budgets. For a lot of upcoming indie filmmakers that shoot a ton of music videos, budget is always an issue. And one thing we know about lighting for a one-take video is that you need a pretty solid budget because you need to have an entire location booked out and have a big team in place that can execute on the vision. It takes a ton of preparation to really nail a one-take video. It just takes days to prepare, plan, and rehearse. So it basically takes a lot of time, money, and effort to make a one-take video happen. But this isn't always the case for smaller budget music videos. My wife and I were recently approached by one of our friends/artists, Love You Later, with this new song that she was working on called Baseball. So after listening to the song a couple of times, Sophia thought in her head that this video needs to be shot on a baseball field. So right off the bat, yes, pun intended, we solved one of our main issues, which was not having a budget for location. Living in Nashville, there's a lot of public parks that have, small baseball fields that we just have access to. And because it's just a small shoot, we don't really need to go find a permit or anything like that. So we started scouting around Nashville. We scouted a bunch of parks, and there was one that stood out to us because it was on a hill and it was also overlooking the city. So that's basically the answer to your question. When you don't have a budget for a location, then plan on shooting outdoors. And some of you may be thinking, Mika, that's super stupid. You could have just said that in the first 5 seconds of the video. But I want to talk you guys through how we set up for this shoot, the time of the day that we shot in, and how we were able to, do some blocking with the different extras and making it a full-on experience. The best time to shoot a one-take music video outdoors is either during sunset or sunrise. This obviously presents a challenge because that window you have during sunset or sunrise is very limited, maybe 30 to 45 minutes, an hour at max, maybe during summer. So you have to be sure to plan as much as you can to make it happen. If you're planning on shooting during the day, that's not the worst case scenario. I would say reserve the day to rehearse and practice the one take, but if you have to absolutely shoot during the day, just try to diffuse the light, just because when the sun is overhead and it's beaming straight down, it just doesn't look super appealing. That's why sunset, you just get this warm golden sunlight that's hitting your subject, and it just also creates really cool shadows on the face and cool shadows on the ground, and it's just better to shoot during that time. The other thing is that you have to keep in mind your talent, actor, artist, whoever you're shooting, because it's just not super appealing when that sun is just coming straight down. If it's coming from the side, it's just gonna look better. Sunset casts a beautiful golden shine on your subject that's super flattering and creates a good contrast ratio, which is the difference between the key and the fill side. It basically just brings a really warm feeling to your video. And also as the sun sets, the blues and the pinks and purples in the sky just become super vibrant, and it just adds that touch to your video. So the final video that we put out actually ended up not being a one take because there were a lot of B-roll moments that we wanted to involve in the video. There was some stuff that I shot on my camcorder, some zooms and everything that just added a little bit of flavor to the video. But we approached this video as if it was going to be a one take video. So I've taken the one take version and uploaded it, and I have a link down below. So you can watch the original versus the one take play and shoot that we had and kind of see the difference. And the reason why I wanted to upload the one take version was because we had to do some planning and blocking with the extras, the band members, the artist, because it's a 3-minute song and we wanted to keep it interesting and not, make it feel stale for the viewer. So Sophia and I had to plan on where to put the actors. We had 2 people with a glove and a ball just throwing back and forth the entire time, just in case if I, cross them or anything, there's some motion happening. We had one girl kind of back up against the fence, just kind of with her feet up and a baseball behind her, just to keep it interesting. Sophia had this brilliant idea of adding these little curtain beaded things to the wall just to add some, effect or some vibe going to the field. So I'm curious to know what you guys think of the one take version. If you're an indie filmmaker and shoot a ton of low budget music videos, the biggest tip that I would give you with shooting during daytime, during sunset or sunrise, is to try to keep the sun behind your subject. This just creates better exposure for your subject. It's more flattering and also just adds more depth to your shot. You know, if you're shooting in direct sunlight and everything's really bright and lit, you know, you lose some of that depth in your shot. So keep the sun behind them. And the other thing is to just try your best to push for shooting during sunset or sunrise. Well, there you have it. There's my 2 cents on how to shoot a music video. I'm curious to know if I missed anything or if you have any other tips, please comment down below. Also, if you're a filmmaker and looking for some free filmmaking assets, such as some LUTs, aspect ratio boxes, 8mm grain, you know, I have a link attached down below, so check that out. Thanks again for watching this video and giving me some of your time. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys soon.